Hey, what's up? It's William from Rocket Zero and welcome to another Pixel Art tutorial. In this Pixel Art tutorial, we're going to be building Porygon. Now, I got this Pokemon from candypatterns.com, so the description down below, credit goes to them. So what do we need? Well, we need some black wool, light blue wool, purple wool, magenta, pink, white, and a bit of gray. And let's get started. We're going to begin with 2 blocks of our black wool down here. So 1 and 2. That might be a bit too close, so let's delete that and let's move a little bit farther this way. So 2 blocks of our black wool. Then we're going to grab our magenta. And then we're going to grab our light blue. And we're going to go up by 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to grab our black. We're going to place 1 block. And then we're going to place 2 light blues, just like that. And then on top of this magenta block, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and to the left. And right below this block, we're going to grab our magenta wool and replace 1 block. So make sure you guys have this. That's going to be Porygon's leg, as you can see, right there. So now what we're going to do next is that we're going to grab our black wool, and we're going to place 2 blocks next to this magenta. 1, 2. We're going to grab our purple and replace 2 blocks. And then black wool, then 2 purple wool blocks, then 2 black wools, just like that. And then we're going to place 1 black wool here, and we can go ahead and fill this whole part up. So this is what we have so far for our polygon, or Porygon. Now what we're going to do next is that we're going to grab our black wool, and we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then here we're going to go 1, 2, 2 purple wools, and then 1, 2 with our black. Awesome. Now we are going to grab our magenta, and we're going to place 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to switch it up to our pink, and we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Awesome. Now we're going to grab our black wool and we're going to place 1, 2. Then we're going to place 1 block here, and then starting right here, we're going to place 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to grab our light blue and we're going to place 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. 2 blocks of black wool below that, then 2 blocks next to it. So make sure this is what you have for your Porygon so far. It's coming along really nicely. He has a really cool animation in the Pokemon game. Like his whole torso spins forward. It's just kind of neat. So now what we're going to do next is that we're going to grab our black wool. And right here we're going to place 1, 2. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to grab our purple wool. And we're going to place 1, 2, 3. Whoops. 3, 4. So just make that big square just like that. And we can actually place 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to go down and to the left. And then actually erase that. We're going to go down right here to the left. And then down and to the left. So make sure your Porygon's looking like this. Now what we're going to do next is that we're going to grab our black wool and replace 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to grab magenta, and we're going to go 1, 2, and then our last black wool block is going to go just there. And then we're going to fill this whole area up with magenta, so let's do that right now, and then we'll take a little pause to see what we have built so far. Awesome, so now we have the bottom part and one of Porygon's legs. Now we're going to work on his tail nets, just that thing over there. But first, before we do that, you guys have to make sure that your Porygon's looking like this. So this would be a great time to hit pause on your screen, copy what you see, and then hit play when you're ready to keep going. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to grab our light blue wool, and right here, on top of this black wool, we're going to go 1, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So make sure it's 1, and then 3, and then 4. Now we're going to grab our black wool, replace 1, and then 2 black wools here. We're going to grab our magenta, it's going to go here, then a purple wool, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So make sure your tail's looking like this so far. Should be pretty easy to follow along. Now what we're going to do next is that we're going to grab our black wool and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa, sorry about that. Now what we're going to do next, that was my iPad falling down because I have an image of the overview. So I'm looking down for like reference to see what we're building. So that's what that noise was my iPad falling, so my bad. So now what we're going to do next is that we're going to grab our white wool and we're going to place 1, 2, and then we're going to go 1, 2. We're just going to wrap it around just like that. Oops, that's my alarm. Look at this. I am making a mess of this video. Sorry about that. Now, back to this. We're going to grab our purple wool and we're going to place it right here. Then we're going to grab our black wool and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. Now, if you were able to follow along despite all of my interruptions, your tail should look like this for your little Porygon. So super awesome. All that we have left to do is just to do his head, and we'll be out of here in no time. So now let's begin with our black wool. We're going to place 1 block here, and then we're going to go up by 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. But first, let's take a massive step back. This is what we have so far. He's coming along really nicely. We're almost done. So now right here, what we're going to do is that we're going to grab our magenta wool, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. We are going to grab our magenta again, and we're going to sneak in a block just like that. Then we're going to grab our gray wool, and we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. And then a black wool on top of this little gray corner. Then we're going to grab our white wool and we're just going to wrap it around the black dot. That's going to be his eye. So 1, 2, 3. And that's what his eye should look like. This Pokemon reminds me of like an Uno. That was a cool little Pokemon. Then we're going to place a black wool here. Then a pink. Then a black. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of our pink wool with 5 blocks of our black wool on the top. So he's coming along nice, so as you can tell, he's almost finished. Now what we're going to do is that we're going to grab our light blue wool and we're going to place 1 block right here. Then we're going to switch it up to our black and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1 extra black wool there. Now we're going to grab our light blue wool and we're going to place 1 block right here. On top of that block, we're going to place a black. Then next to this black, we're going to place 2 light blues. And then a black. Then right here, we're going to place a pink. And on top of this pink, we're going to go up by 2. And that's going to be the outline of Porygon. All we have to do is just to fill in this part, which should be pretty simple. But first, make sure you guys have this outline before we do that. So now let's grab our purple wool and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2. Just like that. And then 1, 2. Now the next color we're going to be using is going to be our light blue wool. And for that, we're going to place 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to be switching it up to our magenta. And we're going to place 1 block right here. And then the rest we're just going to fill in from the bottom. From the top going down. Just like that. So there we go. And then finally, we're going to grab our pink wool and we're going to fill in the top part of his head. And there we go, we have finished building Porygon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button for us. Subscribe if you haven't so you can stay up to date with all our newest videos. And as always, tell us what you want us to build down below in the comments. Tell your friends, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.